Sitting down today with Brian Steele. Thank you so much for making time for us today. How you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. You know, let's start off with the national conversation that's happening right now about rap lyrics, whether they should be allowed in courtrooms during cases and whether they should not be. We know New York is having this discussion, Fulton County is having this discussion, you know, LA, so many courtrooms nationwide. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't believe that unless the lyric has a direct relation to the supposed crime on trial, and there's evidence to support that, the fact that somebody has created words that are in a song or in a book or in a movie, they should not be judged by their work, performance, because that's storytelling. So the problem I really have with the lyrics from rap music throughout our country and right here in Fulton County is we don't do that with other types of entertainment or artistry. And that's really my problem, because to me, rap music has been birthed by the struggle of the inner city, poverty-stricken, oftentimes people of color. And why are we targeting that group rather than a writer who talks about a killing or drug dealing? Or how about the white songwriters?
Why does rap music oftentimes feel like it's on trial as a genre?
It seems like it's racist to me. Because otherwise I have no idea. I don't know why other forms of violent lyrics in country music or in rock and roll, they don't seem to get this type of attention.
Where do the lines blur when it comes to lived reality and that storytelling that we speak of? Because that's something that's also argued is like, okay, is this someone's personal diary, or is this them telling a story from a lens that they're storytelling through?
Unless there's direct evidence or circumstantial evidence that's credible and that's competent in a courtroom, this is storytelling. Otherwise, if you look at it the other way, it's going to have a chilling effect on creativity.
When you got the call to represent Young Thug, as an attorney, what was going through your mind at that time?
And I'm concerned with a human being who's wrongly charged. And I've had the pleasure of defending Mr. Williams for approximately a decade, maybe a little more. So to me, I know his family. I've defended him in courtrooms multiple times. I knew right away that he's been targeted for 10 years by the prosecution. So my feeling was exactly what I said, that this is a wrong prosecution and I will defend him.
What do you feel like he's being targeted, or he has been targeted for a decade?
Every time it's a bad stop by the police officer. It's a unlawful search warrant. It is some charges that there were multiple people there and he had nothing to do with it. So how many times do you have to be wrongly prosecuted till you realize that he's being wrongly targeted?
How hopeful is he right now in conversations? You know, we did hear the video that he made to his fans during a concert where he directly talked to his fans. But how is he doing right now with everything that he's going through?
He's an amazing person who comes from hunger and poverty and lack of opportunity. He's extremely strong, and he's getting stronger every day now.
The indictment received new charges recently. Is that new evidence that came about? You know, where did the 6 new counts come from?
On the day of Mr. Williams' arrest, which is going to be Monday, May 9, 2022, law enforcement officers executed a search warrant on the home that he stays in. He stays in many homes. And in that home, allegedly, there was marijuana found, codeine found, and guns. One gun, a supposed machine gun. That's the allegations. There were several people. I don't remember the exact number, 8, 10, 12 people in the home at that time. There's multiple people in and out of the house other than Mr. Williams. So what law enforcement officers did was they then charge Mr. Williams with these additional crimes. As you said, the indictment was already out, and now the prosecutor just added those charges to this indictment.
And with the charges that are listed, which are, you know, very serious, you're saying your client is completely innocent.
Mr. Williams is wrongly charged on every single count. I think that a person like Jeffery Williams is a hero, not a criminal. And January 2023, all of that will be told.
Can you give us examples of his community service and commitment to his community?
He's done multiple concerts. He donates every single penny to the inner city. He has come to relief of cities and communities that have been devastated by whatever it is, violence or some sort of flooding or whatever. He'll put on a concert and donate all the money to those communities. He has brought into communities open house. Just go to the store. They will give you all of your food and your clothing and the children's back to school needs. He's come into communities with hundreds of pairs of shoes. Just show up and then find the shoes that fit you. He has given jobs to people only in the inner communities. He'll only hire from the inner communities in his studios or his rap label. He has promoted and hired and signed artists only from the inner cities to do rap. And he has gone to children and not only sponsored the cheerleading and the football team and the basketball team and the baseball team, but he goes and explains to them, don't be a rapper.
Don't be a rapper.
Go to school.
I agree with that.
And go get a degree and be a professional. And he tells everyone that. There's this young man named Corey Jackson, Corey J. If you ever Google him, you will see what Mr. Williams does. He does it countless times, where he takes a child who's basically homeless and their family, and he doesn't want any credit. And that young man today goes around our country. He's 15. He goes around our country and he tells people, hustle doesn't mean sell drugs. Hustle means get up every day, put on clean clothing as best you can. Let's get an education. This is what you do with your money then. If you're ever lucky enough to get money, don't gamble it away, invest it.
Tell us about how important it was to hear Corey J's personal experience with Young Thug in the courtroom, that heartfelt message that he shared.
That's just Mr. Williams. I could bring countless people like that. This is just Mr. Williams. When you're dealing
and you
with,
fought for Corey to be heard. I remember, you know, the judge was like, hey, is this a different kind of voice that we haven't heard yet? You were like, let the kid talk. Like, you know, if he can have an opportunity to be heard, let him get up on the stand and to be heard. How important was that to you?
It's important because the court is hearing the prosecutors say that Mr. Williams is in charge of a criminal street gang, and by his word, people can die. That's basically what he's saying. And that's just not true. So I thought that everybody that we put up at that bond hearing is important for the court to know about and a jury to know about.
Why is Mr. Williams so relatable to the youth in Atlanta?
Because he is the hope. And he's trying to get others out of poverty. That's his mission in life.
What are the negative connotations that comes with being a rapper that may not always reflect who the rapper is?
For people like you who are informed, people in the rap industry, it's show business. It's an act. They are performers. So, and they're performing all the time, much like, I guess, professional wrestlers. We don't even know their real names. They're performing all the time. That's not the human being, though. That's not, you know, them with their family members or with their community members. That's what you're asking. So for people who say, there's a tweet, Young Thug, that says it all, those people are really misinformed, and I expect that they will change their opinion if they're interested in learning come January 2023. Because Jeffery Williams is a father, he is a son, he is a genius, And he committed none of these crimes.
When he in a courtroom is being called King Slime, that the allegations of YSL is connected to, according to prosecution, street gang activity, of crime, of felonies, of all these different things. Tell us about what the next few months really means to you.
We spend every day working our case and putting it into a ability with witnesses to tell a truthful story. And the prosecution's theory will not hold up in court because the truth will come out.
Do you feel like nationwide there should be a standard on lyrics in courtrooms, or should it be handled state by state?
I think it should be handled case by case. And much like the Honorable United States Congressman Hank Johnson just presented a bill to Congress, and he gives the criteria on when a lyric can be used in a courtroom. And that's what it should be. It should be that it should never be used in a courtroom unless the prosecution can show that that lyric is a admission or confession. If the right verdict is rendered, it would show that prosecutors should back off targeting people who defeated the odds against them and put them in the right context. These people are doing good for the community.
When you saw the petition for Protect Black Art, what came to your mind?
It's sad that we even need a petition to protect black art. I can't believe that in 2022, this is where we are in our country. However, with that being said, it's a good thing. And people have to realize that we are discriminating when we go after.
What happened to the audio?
When was the first time that you met Young Thug? You said you've been representing him for 10 years now?
I believe that's an approximation, but yeah, it's probably true. I'm really proud of him. You know, I know his whole family, I know his brothers and sisters, I know his children, and to see all of his work, he's a workaholic. He will stay 48 hours, 72 hours in a studio and just continually write. He's constantly helping other artists. Jeffery Williams gets it. He gets it that people need help, and he's in a position, fortunately for him, where he can help other people until recently.
For someone like him who does mean so much to his community that he came up out of, why is he under attack? Why is he being targeted?
He's like the easy target. So if somebody gets arrested and gets in trouble and they want a deal, law enforcement officers are all too eager to say, well, tell us about Mr. Williams. Is he involved in this? What do you know about him? That's the problem with this case. It's coming from the word of people who are getting deals to say, yeah, he was there, or I saw him around, or he gave the order, or I heard from someone else he gave the order. That's what this case is about. You're not going to hear any confession of Jeffery Williams.
So every time there is a potential link to anything, his name comes up.
But when you target a human being who's so well known, and you make it so easy for the other person to say, oh, you mean I could be released from this location that I don't want to be? All I have to say is, I know something about Jeffery Williams. That's pretty scary.
All right, so that was Brian Steele, Young Thug's attorney, the chief attorney, the one that almost went to jail for him, that's being held in contempt by Judge Glanville. That was an interview almost a year and a half ago. So a lot of that stuff we've seen played out. So hopefully as we continue to engage in this trial, hopefully we'll see more. Who knows? Maybe the guy really is innocent. He's just being unduly prosecuted, or maybe he's just as dirty as the day is long. Who knows? Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I appreciate you all watching this. And until next time, everybody, grace and peace. Take care.